In this video, you will learn how to build a simple form using React Native, Formik, and Typescript. Before we start, you need to make sure you have the Formik dependency installed. After installing Formik, you will need to access the Formik render prop to handle our states form, the Formik form component to create our actual form, and Formik props to type check our input values. Now we will create a type for the expected property values that will be given to our Formik render prop later on. Let's create an interface called values with the following: a first and last name set to a string type along with an email and password. Next, we'll create our actual form with the Formik render prop and the form component. Let's start with our Formik render prop. You'll notice that Typescript throws an error because our Formik component is expecting the prop's initial values and on submit. Let's fix our error by giving our initial values prop an object with the same value as our type we created earlier, and the onSubmit prop a function that console.logs the string submitted. Now we will render our form using our render prop, and we will type check our props value using Formik props and give it our type called value. This will allow us to type check the value we gave to our initial values prop. Notice we only get an error when we take away a property from our values object, but if we add an item, we don't get an error. I will get an actual input on screen by using a pre-built custom component called app_text_field with its prop called placeholder. Let's move up the screen to see the inner workings of this component. This component is currently being type checked with the interface called label and the type any. Using type any can be seen as taboo, but in this case I've used it so I would be able to spread whatever props I decided to choose. If I remove the type any, Typescript will immediately throw an error on any additional prop I add to the app_text_field component. If we continue down our component, you will notice I'm using the prop named label conditionally. This will add flexibility to our component by allowing us to use a label instead of a placeholder value. I also added a prop called password that will be used as a boolean. If password is set to true, secure text entry will also be set to true and allow the user to hide their password upon creation. Let's finish implementing our 4 inputs with the app_text_field component. Let's also make sure to add password to our password input to give our user privacy when typing their password. If we test our work, everything should be working fine. Finally, we will add functionality to our app by adding a button component to submit our form. Right now, we're console.logging the string submit. If we want to access our values from Formik's onSubmit prop, we can do so by the value parameter given to us by Formik. However, we must also capture state changes to our component by using the prop onChangeText with props.handleChange in the appropriate string value. Thanks for watching. If you found any value from this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.